Sorry, before I was so rudely interrupted, this thing switched itself off on the Eiffel Tower. I was saying St. Denis, the patron saint of Paris, he had his head chopped off by the Romans for being a Christian, and this saint, he then carried his head up the hill there and is buried under St. Denis's church in Montmartre, as in Mount Martyr, because he was martyred. And it wasn't the capital of France for some time after that. Lutetia, the Romans used to call it the Parisi or the Parigi. They were the tribe on Ile de la Cité, where Notre Dame Cathedral is. The Romans first found it, and Paris takes its name from that tribe. Okay, so the Parisians, well, a delightful lot. You know, they're renowned for being stylish and their suavité and all the rest of it. Not always true, but the world centre of fashion and elegance. Anyway, I know they sound a bit offhand, but that's if you don't know French very well, they come across that way, but it's often misleading. And then maybe you can see the Golden Dome of Les Invalides, which was built by Louis XIV as a sort of a retirement home or for injured officers. They've been invalided in the war. I think it was only officers of the army, not ordinary soldiers. And Napoleon is buried in there. His body was returned about 20 years after his death, when the British tried to achieve a rapprochement with the French. Didn't really work when his nephew started saber rattling a little bit later on. Okay, so you can see perhaps Le Louvre, which is on the other bank of the Seine. Le Louvre is actually larger than Versailles. Le Louvre, formerly a royal palace, a castle that you go really back far to its foundations in the 12th century, and obviously been an art gallery for a long time, probably the most famous art gallery in the world, certainly the largest. And then below you might see Le Champ de Mars, the Field of Mars, which comes close to here. Concerts are held there. Pavarotti sang here in an outdoor concert way back in about 1992, I remember. I can't remember what that building is there. So you get an idea, you get a sense of what it's like to be here on this viewing platform, and I'm nowhere near the summit. I thought I'd do it now because once I get to the summit, you won't be able to make anything out. And Paris is as far as meets the eyes. But strictly speaking, Paris is only about 2 million people, if you go really what's within the city limits. But effectively, Paris is more like 6 million, with suburbs which are just outside the city limit. So as you can see, it's very built up, but they do have green space. So almost everyone lives in a flat, but they're actually in Paris. They don't live in houses because property is so pricey. I couldn't believe it was actually pricier than London. It doesn't seem that way to me, but then I've not looked into buying or renting property. And then here at the Seine is Ile des Cygnes, the island of swans, a very long, thin island with 3 bridges going across it. So the Marne is a tributary of the Seine. There's another little canal that feeds into it. So it meanders around through Paris. So if you're on the left bank or the right bank, that doesn't really give you much of an indication of whether you're further north or further south. You can see the hills taper away to the south, and there's some huge parks, Bois de Vincennes to the west, Bois de Boulogne to the east, and others. So it really is such a delightful city. I don't think there's anything actually ugly in Paris. If you think it's a plain, but nothing's hideous. So what a magnificent and really unparalleled city. So many countries or cities claiming the Paris of here or there, like the little Paris, Bucharest, Paris of the East, or Hanoi, or was it Saigon? Okay, you got an idea. That's enough for me. I've done 360 degrees. Got to come here yourself. On to the summit. Toodaloo.